Any country's prosperity hinges on the strength of its key sectors, such as the agricultural, industrial, educational, health, and financial sectors to drive its economic activities. And for the country to flourish, risk management and insurance industries play a very big role.
Historically, during colonial era, we had a big number of insurance companies, that is before our independence. But after independence, all insurance companies which were from outside were closed. So we introduced the National Insurance Corporation, which was introduced in 1963, and later in 1967 we introduced the Zanzibar Insurance Company. So we had only 2 insurance companies. In 1996, the government came up with a law which made other insurance companies to do business.
With the growth of attractive insurance products and services, in 2017, we have seen a 15% increase of insurance users. There are still many who are underserved and some who have a threshold and not yet insured.
Up until recently, the focus of many insurance companies and the insurance brokers was to go for the individual insurances and business insurances, which actually were not giving attention to the low-income bracket.
And the people, ironically, who need insurance, really, the ones who are less fortunate to make enough money. Those are the ones who really, really need insurance. But unfortunately, these are the same ones who really don't have access to insurance.
The market and the customers out there are seeking products that can be able to take them back to their original position. What also the market is looking for is products that are easy to understand, products that are relevant, and the communication around these products and services is also important so that they can understand. It shouldn't be something that is complicated, because insurance has always been looked at as if it's a very complicated product that is taken by the elite people only, but actually for our ordinary people, they just need somebody who can take to them the basics. They will understand, and that can actually generate interest and be able for them to buy the products. But I think what is also further more important is convenience and trust.
Over 80% of Tanzanians are in the informal sector. This population was largely underserved by formal financial systems, including insurance. In 2012, a diagnostic was done to look at where the market was in terms of insurance penetration and to analyze the existing constraints and opportunities, which led to the introduction of microinsurance in the country.
After the study was done, the diagnostic on microinsurance in 2012, the country saw that there was a need to look at some regulations around microinsurance. And through that, the microinsurance regulations 2013 were actually enacted. And Tanzania is really one of the first countries in East Africa, in the country, to have microinsurance regulations in place. And these guide how insurance companies and other players can be eligible to provide microinsurance solutions to the market.
The microinsurance regulation of 2013, setting it by itself is an achievement, because the microinsurance taps the big chunk of individuals in Tanzania. The mama ntilis we are talking about, the SACCOs we are talking about, teachers and the low middle income people are all following under the microinsurance sector. Our drive is to make sure that these registrants in the industry at least have a quarter share of saving the insurance.
In order to implement the key actions and address the constraints identified by the diagnostic, a coordination arm was formed consisting of a steering committee and also a technical working group who have been instrumental in driving up the market to this day.
What happens, there was one vital regulation, and this regulation was to require insuring public to pay directly to insurance companies. Initially, brokers or intermediaries were allowed to collect money, and they will to keep the money within themselves for 60 days, which technically becomes 90 days before passing to insurance companies. So this is what we call cash and carry. You pay and you enjoy the services. Like what you are paying when you buy electricity, you pay in advance. So insurance changed as well. You pay in advance, and this money should go directly to insurance companies. So that increases liquidity of insurance companies, and they were able to pay claims promptly compared to previous period.
Another significant step was the implementation of the 2014-2016 microinsurance strategy, which was the first of its kind in the country. This strategy brought about initiatives that looked into exploring constraints in both the demand and supply and creation of an enabling environment.
There are various interventions that have been implemented while executing this strategy. One that can be emphasized upon is the training of trainer program for microinsurance, where we graduated 9 Tanzanians who can now train other suppliers of insurance in the area of microinsurance. The objective being building the capacity of the supplier of insurance to understand the concept of microinsurance, how products can be designed, how products can be priced, and how they can be distributed. The role of the steering committee and TWG is to support the market by providing various technical support to the suppliers, also creating an enabling regulatory environment so that the players can find a conducive condition to provide insurance services. But we also provide various research activities, including the landscape survey, which is conducted to assess the level of supply of microinsurance in the market.
Additionally, implementation of the strategy involved specific activities or interventions, and some of them we know as the Bima Challenge, which was an innovation challenge fund to drive insurance in the market. But in addition to that, there was capacity building. We knew that there was a need for skills enhancement in the market for insurers to actually understand better regarding microinsurance and the difference between that and traditional insurance.
We applied for the Bima Challenge with FSDT because we were confident that our product speaks to the masses, and it's so innovative to the point that a customer only requires their mobile phone via USSD just to get healthcare, as opposed to any other indigenous kind of insurance offerings. So we applied for Bima Challenge. Yes, it was quite vigorous, but we're so lucky we came out as one of the winning companies.
When we went to Bima Challenge, we said we want to address the issue of distribution. We said we want to address the issue of technology. We said we want to address the issue of awareness, but in a manner that is sustainable. Through the FSDT funding and support, technical support, we were able to actualize our systems. We were able to refine our mobile app. We were able to create non-customized cards for our members. We were able to do all those things.
We are very thankful to FSDT and Busara for giving us this opportunity to work with this idea and the grants that we have got around. Now this is where the journey started for us using FSDT and Busara for the Bima Challenge. Busara did a lot of qualitative and quantitative analysis for us. They showed us some structures which we as a company would not have even thought about. How do we do the onboarding? How do we do the retentions and all that? Specifically from a human approach of understanding a human mind functioning, the psychological barriers, etc. So this is a journey which we are completing, and we are loving every single part of it.
Initiatives such as the Bima Challenge were a good indication of the maturity of the industry, as the players were able to understand microinsurance and roll out different solutions into the market. This led to more players in the market, such as technology firms and other innovators, to be interested to form partnerships with insurance companies and invest in the microinsurance business model. This further led to the rollout and improvements to new and existing innovative solutions such as Dada Card, Jamii, and Bima Mkononi. The birth of these much-needed and other solutions were quite encouraging. Building from the successes of the first strategy and the subsequent strategies, the country is now implementing a 2019 to 2028 microinsurance strategy, which ties in with the overarching goal of having 50% of the adult population to have at least one insurance product by 2028.
How do we go about achieving the 50% penetration? So the first one is to ensure that we build the capabilities of insurance industry players, but also build the capability that will provide the insurance industry with capacity to respond to the growing needs of the Tanzanian economy. The other one is to ensure that the consumers are educated. And this is really important because if consumers don't accept insurance as a way of dealing with risks, as part of life, as part of business proficiency and productivity, then we are not able to really reap the benefits of the insurance market in Tanzania. The other priority area that is important is to ensure that consumers are protected. This is critical because many are worried when they are not served properly, when they are not listened to, they are not given space to air their grievances. So the market conduct and consumer protection for us go together.
The insurance journey for MNOs has been very exciting. It's been about 7 years since we started offering mobile insurance, and we've come a long way and we've learned a lot across the journey. So we started issuing mobile insurance through airtime deductions. At that time in 2013, before mobile money was as vast as it is today. We keep improving and looking for different kind of products that we can offer to our customers. And with the understanding and the researches that we are doing and customer feedbacks, we come up with relevant products for our customers. And as of recent, we improved our hospitalization product, that is in 2019, where we were able to add. So now an insurance can be taken to cover up to 5 children. We really came up with this product by listening to our customers, because it came to a point when our customers were demanding a relevant product to their daily lives, and we will continue listening to our customers and come up with more relevant products to cover their insurance requirements.
We protect our customers to make sure that they get the right product from the insurance companies who are capable, who have capital to run the business. So we are involved in insurance stability, making sure that those companies, those brokers, those agents who are involved in insurance business, they are able to meet their obligations. And that's why we are inspecting the insurance companies to make sure that they offer the right product to the citizen.
There is a great future ahead of the insurance industry because the middle class is growing. They are more exposed, and therefore the demands for insurance products, whether it's in health or in agriculture or in logistics, or as we see e-commerce emerging in our country, all those actually provide avenues for the insurance industry. And I would really make a call for the users of insurance solutions to really drive the insurance industry in the way that it can respond to their needs.
The next step now that is quite key is to see that certain things continue being in place or are in place, and in particular there's the inclusive insurance strategy. As FSDT would like to see that strategy being completed and being rolled out and implemented. The strategy will be the focus and the arm that drives sustainability. Sustainability being the market being able to nurture, to grow, and continue to develop itself in terms of microinsurance penetration, moving from 15% to 50%.